do 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 do.
Wah, 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 wah.
Da da do 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 do.
Wah, 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 wah.
3 guys and a bear are here for week 3 football. And now here's Coach Endor. Do 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 do. And Bear. Burp.
Hey.
Burp.
Shout out my main man, Rob here. I mean, I gotta say, for the dude working with a limited tool set, he provides us a unique intro experience every goddamn week.
He really does.
It's 100% improvised too. You know the guy's not sitting there fucking calculating, all right, how am I gonna go wah 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 wah?
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything.
Let's credit where credit is due, certainly as well. I know. I think you gotta appreciate who the star of the show is in these moments. Though.
You need the rhythm, you know.
It takes a lot of effort on my part to really make that just stand out.
You bring it back down.
Yeah, it's an art form, really. It's hard being an artist.
It is.
I understand.
It's a vicious world for an artist.
Week 3.
How's it going? Week 3.
Yeah, Week 3 football.
Week 3 football.
We're footballing, dude. They're really letting them play football.
They're doing it. Unless they say something mean to the other player, then they're not allowed to.
No, then you're not allowed to play football anymore. Then you gotta go sit down and think about what you did.
And if you do it again, you're ejected.
That's right.
Get them
don't get to play football anymore.
So we'll start with that. That's a good one because I linked a compilation of taunting penalties. I don't know if you saw that.
Not a compilation, but a compilation.
Yeah, a compilation.
I did see that, yeah.
And if you scroll up in our football thing, and there's some bad ones in there. Like a couple, I'm like, all right, like I kind of get it. But there's some he spun the football around.
Spinning the football aggressively at him is the worst.
It's you know, it's to the point where it's like they just keep adding rules where the refs get to freely alter the outcome of games, and it's like completely subjectively, and it's like just sucks. It just super sucks. It's like really annoying. Like they just brought celebrations back like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You'd think that the NFL would embrace the fact that there's people back in the stands. You want to get the energy going. You got the mojo going. You got the excitement going. Yeah, I think the players have probably a little something to do with that. But apparently that's not what the NFL wants. They want you to make sure that everyone just goes straight there.
What if the opposition's team gets their feelings hurt? What then? What do we do about that?
Sometimes us football fans, we're just guilty of not caring about anyone else but ourselves. So we really got to put the other team's feelings into focus, especially in a game like football. You gotta love one another. You can't ignore. The word of the day is empathize. Empathize.
Yeah. Well, it's like even more than they don't want the players to, emote negative, or they want them to be inoffensive. It's like more like they don't want them. They don't want them
emoting out there.
No, they don't want them to be have any emotion whatsoever. They should just complete.
They need to be football drones,
right? Yeah.
They want him to be like Madden. It's Madden IRL.
Yeah, it's so silly. And it sucks.
I really wish that the Madden football games penalized the digital players in the same way.
Oh yeah,
that would be hilarious.
That would be amazing.
You just click your little celebration button and a flag flies.
Yeah,
in,
it's just like the fucking Key and Peele sketch, dude, or sketch. Like 1 2 minute sketch. Shut up. That's a skateboard, dude. I played Tony Hawk, but. Yeah, no, it's just like that. It's funny.
I'm just waiting for the fines to come out. Like, your Xbox Live account has been fined $10 for being mean to the other player.
Yeah, it's just these are professional athletes, right? And we're treating them like it's high school football or something.
Yeah, they're adults. They're all grown men.
Literal grown-ass men out there. Let them
I'm
play the game and shut up about it.
I'm going to yoink the point that you made in the Discord too, Krendor, which is to say that they're out there fucking actually sacrificing their bodies for our entertainment. Let them be happy for a little while.
Yeah.
For a fraction of a moment.
Dude just got hit by 4 of the strongest men on earth. And he's like, "Oh, you're excited about that, huh?" No.
Show nothing.
Yeah,
Have a blank face.
It's so dumb.
Smile at the camera and say that the football was hard and our team fought.
One thing I will say is that before we start hopping into the games, I will say that it does kind of like bring attention to what Mike Evans has really done, because you never see him like, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this before, and now I'm telling you, you probably will never be able to unnotice it, but Mike Evans never celebrates. He walks up, or sometimes he jogs up to the stands and throws the ball into the stands, and that's it. He never chest bumps, he never spikes, he never does nothing. He's always been like that. Even going all the way back to A&M, he's done that. And like, I guess that's what the NFL wants everyone to do from now on. You just
picture the NFL making one of those like old timey, like, Mike Evans, this is the athlete you should be like.
The poster child for the NFL.
And just staring dead-eyed into the camera, like
looking like he's having absolutely zero fun.
He's the fucking Kawhi Leonard of the NFL, dude.
It's the no fun league.
Did what you link, was it the tweet? The compilation, because there's a reply to the tweet that was like what the NFL wants, and it's like someone scoring a touchdown and then like robotically dropping it in front of them and then robotically walking away. It was good.
It's funny because baseball started doing the opposite. They used to be like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, that guy's celebrating, that's bad." And now they've started like letting people celebrate. And people are like, "Yeah, this is fun."
Yeah.
The game's fun. Whoa.
Apparently, Washington coach Ron Rivera offered an answer on the NFL's point of emphasis regarding taunting. The goal has always been to eliminate acts directed at opponents that can escalate into brawls.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense,
like,
but like,
sure, but
if
like, but who's really gonna lose their mind because they spun the ball after making a great catch? Like, who's really gonna go?
There's absolutely like a logical line you can draw when it comes to that shit.
Yeah,
and there's very clear examples of where that line is not being crossed.
There's like, spinning the ball after you score, and then there's like Terrell Owens running to the middle of the field and like standing on the Dallas
Randy
star.
Moss mooning
to take a shit on the Dallas Cowboys star or something. Any kind of thing like that.
Like,
or Ocho Cinco hiding the cell phone and stuff. I mean, like, there's
Baker
there's
shit like that. The flag.
Yeah,
so
I mean, there's
dumb.
It's just no. Yeah,
it's like
stupid, and we don't like it.
It's like the roughing the passer shit they did a few years ago, where they went crazy with it, and it's like then they dialed it back because everyone yelled at them.
Yeah. It's because it's also like on the fucking refs, like largely, where they are just but the NFL keeps giving them these rules where they get to be completely, they just pull things out of their ass and they're just like, oh yeah, 15-yard penalty for the team that I got money on. Like
25-yard penalty, that's no good. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Give the ball back to them. That's not nice.
Yeah.
So it's dumb. And we still played football. So, first game was the Giants-Redskins Thursday night, which was actually a really good game.
Go Hogs.
Yeah, man.
Hogs all the way.
Go Hogs.
Go. It sounds like we're saying co-hogs.
Co-hogs.
Like,
we are saying, like the Rhode Island
I was saying
city,
co-hogs.
Also, I found the video that I was talking about in the, I put it in Fusenball.
Oh, good.
It's good.
All right. Dude, the goddamn New York field goal kicker, I'm pretty sure went 6 of 6 or something. No, 5 of 5 for the day.
Oh my God,
so
yeah.
He had himself a day. He was
that is wild.
Part of the effort for New York, but
Washington kicker went 3 for 3. So I mean that's perfect field goal kicking from 8 of 8 altogether.
And then they needed every last one of them.
Yeah. I think the Vikings should trade for one of those.
Might help.
It might help.
Dude, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, Taylor
Heineken.
Tyler Heineken. Dude, like he's played 2 solid weeks of football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and honestly, like he played a bit last year and looked real good.
Yeah, I mean he almost beat the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the one leading the charge. I mean they got Heineke looks legit. You got Gibson running the ball pretty solid, like 13 carries, 69 yards, nice.
If we're gonna talk about QB play for the day, though, Daniel fucking Jones can run.
He can run.
yeah.
I mean, we were memeing about it, obviously, with that scramble.
Yeah.
Was that last year or was that a couple
That
years
was
ago?
last year, yeah.
That was last year, right? Yeah. But, dude, 95 yards and a touchdown. He had a couple of, like, runs where he broke away. He can fucking take off, dude. It's crazy.
I was reading, like, he's one of, or if not, like he's like one of the fastest QBs that have been recorded at the combine since they started recording QBs 40 speed.
Wow.
And yeah, he's actually like surprisingly extremely fast. But the thing is, he's kind of got like he's got straight line speed, you know.
I was gonna make a similar point. Yeah, it's like it's weird. Like he doesn't have any lateral quickness at all, but if he's going forward, he's good to go.
Yeah, he's like faster than anyone, which is wild. Actually,
that is crazy.
Yeah.
QB.
Dude's running like DK Metcalf. It's fucking Daniel Jones.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then
It is absurd.
I mean, you know, honestly, either team could have won this game with the way it was going. But Hogs
Like the
pull it
NFC
out.
East.
Yeah, like the NFC East. Terry McLaurin, 107 and a
my
touchdown. Like, my God,
Dude, he had another great, like, amazing catch in this game, like, which is, you know, back-to-back weeks actually. Like, I don't know.
No, he's showing off this year for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like he's real good. He's on my fantasy team. And I'm very happy about
14
that.
targets too, man. Like,
Yeah, well, they're just feeding him right
Yeah.
now, and they should, because like they'll throw up, you know how like NFL players throw up 50-50 balls, they'll throw like 70-30 balls to him, and he'll still come down with it with like a wild catch, which is
he's
you know.
fucking 6 foot too. Like he's not
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
big.
I didn't know, like, he like came out of nowhere last year. Like, I don't even remember where
He
like,
was like, I think he was like a first round. No, he's a third round pick actually. Yeah, from like 3 years ago.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
2019. He played 14 games, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. So still pretty solid his rookie year.
Dude's smaller than me, out jumping fucking NFL cornerbacks for every ball. It's
Yeah.
madness.
I think there's actually a stat with the Cardinals game where it's the shortest receiver quarterback combo like ever in the NFL, because it was Kyler Murray at like 5'10 throwing to a 5'7 receiver or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it was a little fun stat there. But yeah, that was a good game. Wasn't the end of the game? I think that was the one where they like lined up offsides or something. Was that it? For the field goal kick?
Yeah,
Something
it's
like
been a
that
while.
happened with the Hogs.
It was 2 whole days. A lot of things happened.
Yeah, man. What do you fucking expect me to remember that for?
Yeah, it's not important. Hogs won. Giants
Hogs.
0-2. Go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Then we had Raiders Steelers. Dude, now I'm so upset I didn't pick the Raiders. I was just on the
I mean-
Oh
verge.
yeah, I know. You know.
Yeah.
This caught me completely off guard, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially because the Raiders running game is abysmal.
oh yeah, they're like one of the worst running teams in football right now. I think they're ranked 30th.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
real
think,
bad.
you know, that's got to be like a. Oh my God! Hold on, sorry. I fucking went on NFL.com and I hit the pause button on the autoplay video, and it's just still playing.
Yep, classic.
um,
Love it.
but anyway, like because they have Josh Jacobs, right? Like, or
He's
is he-
injured.
Oh, he's
Right,
injured.
right,
Yeah, they have
right,
Kenyon
right.
Drake running.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you'd think so, but they apparently have Peyton Barber running.
Oh, they have Peyton Barr. That's how
Peyton
desperate
fucking
they are.
Barber. That's wild.
Kenyon Drake got 7 carries. Barber got 13.
Yeah, they both
The,
averaged very badly in terms of
Yeah, it
yards
was
carries.
not good.
I think this might be like a Derek Carr, please respect me season.
Yeah,
Maybe,
Kinda thing?
yeah.
'Cause he's
and
like- He's balling.
He kind of deserves it, I think, at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, we certainly haven't been. Well, I can't remember anything we've said, but I assume we haven't been too disrespectful to Derek Carr, and
No,
I
I've
think we
always
really
been
should have
positive.
been because he's been performing pretty well for the last.
Yeah,
if
couple
anything,
years,
I
for
think
sure.
we always say he's underrated.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So
And he
yeah,
might-
he's
he might end up-
showcasing it, dude.
He might end up being like especially like stats wise, like he might end up being like a top 10 QB this year.
Yeah,
He's got like great receiving tools, at least. Like he's got Waller,
Yeah.
obviously, which is a fucking weapon in and of itself.
They have
And
a very
then-
solid team. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like offensively, they're not bad at all. They got Ruggs, they got Snead, who's pretty good. They got who else they got?
They got a really great offensive line. They have like
That's also true.
one of the
yeah.
best O lines in football, I think.
Yeah, Renfro.
Renfro. Yeah, that's the other guy I was forgetting. Yeah, Hunter Renfro.
Right, yeah.
Oh, they even have Willie Snead. I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
That's a guy. Yeah, I mean,
he was on the Ravens for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think their defense is like pretty solid. Like, they don't seem bad, which that's all you really need in the modern NFL. Just don't be bad.
Mm-hmm. And like it's one of those things where I like to check in every couple of years because it was like a big story several years ago. But like, I don't think either team in that big blockbuster Khalil Mack trade is all that sad about how it all turned out.
Yeah,
really. I mean, like the Bears,
as with most trades, right?
Yeah, I mean, like in the Bears, it's not like getting Khalil Mack made them worse.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it just made their defense better, but other reasons didn't work out for them the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. I mean, both teams got what they wanted. I'd say if Josh Jacobs wasn't, hurt, they'd probably have at least some semblance of a running game.
Definitely. He's real good.
On the other side, Najee Harris, 38 yards, 10 carries, pretty good. He also stiff-armed a dude like crazy. And some big plays. He had a really good receiving run, essentially, where he had a touchdown on it, and then just Steeler things. They did okay. Passing game was good. It actually felt like both the teams were pretty similar.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised actually by how comparable they were to each other for sure.
Yeah. So
Ben Roethlisberger really starting out the year slow too.
Yeah, I mean, dude's probably getting
39.
old.
Yeah.
Feeling
I mean, but also there's a 44-year-old in the NFL
he
that
doesn't
might get
count,
MVP.
Okay? he's an immortal deity whom we must admire for even continuing to grace us with his presence.
I honestly it's at the point now, especially since he's not on the Patriots, where Tom Brady is just continuing to prove that old people can do things, or older, he's not even old, he's 44. But even slightly older people are, at least in NFL terms, can just ball out of control. He might get MVP this year, honestly.
Yeah, he's
how this is going.
I mean,
serious argument at this point, at least.
I think he's also set the bar a bit higher than what people are used to. Because now, 44-year-old playing quarterback, and so normally most people can't do that. So you see
Roethlisberger.
It
used to be Roethlisberger used to be an anomaly already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should be talking about how he's doing it still at his age.
Yeah.
We don't even fucking care. We're all right, do it when you're fucking 44, loser.
Yeah. I'm gonna retire.
I think it also helps with Tom that he if any player ever comes remotely close to him, he just dives to the ground.
That's true,
for sure. He has. I mean, that's been. I don't want. You know what? I don't want to talk about Tom Brady. So very clearly, we should stop right now because if I don't want to talk about him, Lord knows no one else wants to hear about him right
Invicta
now. So
definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we are talking about the Steelers and the Raiders. Right. I just did it. I pulled a Chris Collinsworth, really.
Anyway, let's move on to the 49ers Eagles.
That
was a game. It was actually really close till the fourth quarter. It was 7-3 49ers till the fourth, and then they went up 17-11. But Jimmy G did pretty decent, 22 of 30, 189 touchdown.
He's been boring, dude.
That's the Jimmy G game. Yeah, he's always boring.
Yeah, he just doesn't do much of anything, but he still wins. So I guess that's why he's still playing.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, 12 of 23, 190 yards. Also ran for 82 and a touchdown. Their leading receiver was Quez Watkins.
That's a great name.
That is a great name. That's somebody who in Madden, you see it in the draft. I'm I'm drafting him just because of his name.
Just straight up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, Eagles are playing better than I thought they were going to play, but I don't think they're going to be making the playoffs or.
Well, Jalen Hurts, man, he's the truth for sure for them at least. So they got that problem ironed out. Absolutely, it's just a matter of all of the other ones.
Yeah,
and also it's important to remember that we're talking about the NFC East here. Last year,
also true.
That's true. Yep.
There are even more games now this year, which should make it easier to go in with a losing record, which is totally possible out of the NFC East.
We're basically expecting it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think kind of an okay game, just kind of close, and then I guess 49ers are slightly better.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, eventually Trey Lance will come in, and then the Niners will be exciting. Everybody on the. I imagine all Niners fans are just like kind of waiting for Trey Lance to inevitably.
Yeah, that sort of seems like the vibe for sure. Does Jalen Hurts look like a young Tim Meadows to you guys, or maybe not even a young one, just like a current day Tim Meadows?
Hold on, let me look at him.
Let's see.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking
right?
about.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could see that.
Sorry, continue. I just felt like that was really important to note.
That's very fitting, yeah.
Then we had the actually crazy game, Texans-Browns.
Oh yeah.
It looked like the Texans could win this game at halftime. Ty God Taylor, 10 of 11, 125 and a touchdown. Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I really
does.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a long recorded history of being a fan of the underdog QBs, and Tyrod Taylor, he's one of the ones that I have really liked for a long time because I mean he used to play on the Bills a lot, and he was always very solid. It's always a bummer when things are not working out for him too, because I wish he. It's a shame.
He's never been bad.
No.
He's just never been good enough, I guess. I don't know. It's not even that. It's just it's just never worked.
At the earlier times in his career, he was definitely he was never bad because and that was it's a good way to describe it because there was that one year where he just wasn't throwing any picks at all. It was it was 15 games in and he hadn't thrown a single pick or something.
Yeah.
It was just a really efficient passer who just he's not gonna throw any bombs on you or anything, and he's not gonna do anything wild. But if you want a guy that's gonna hit you with solid checkdowns a lot, mid passing.
Who's also a bit of a ground threat, but
a little bit.
You're not really gonna work too much around that though.
Yeah. He's not he's mobile enough to get away from a sack if he needs to.
But he's not Daniel Jones or anything.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, this game was really close, and then I think Tyrod Taylor getting hurt just kind of switched it around. So I mean, once that hit, then Nick Chubb gets going, Kareem Hunt gets going, Baker starts throwing some passes, and then it's
Baker 19 of 21, man. That was
and he got hurt.
He got
his shoulder.
Right?
At what point in the game did he get hurt?
Pretty early.
Yeah, I think it was
first or second quarter or something.
Yeah, and everybody thought he was just it looked bad, and then he came back in and played great. So
90% accuracy on an injury, that is impressive.
Yeah, and, loaded up with that Toradol shit or whatever it is.
Yep.
Give me that Toradol.
And they said Baker Mayfield's left shoulder showed no structural damage, so he's good.
Oh, that's
Thank Christ.
I mean, he did also have that injury immediately after throwing a pick, so maybe he was just I'm injured. Oh no, coach, I'm sorry about the pick. Ooh.
Yeah, I remember there was a story I think Aaron Rodgers told on the Pat McAfee show about Johnny Jolly, who used to be at the Packers, and he was just this big lineman dude. And they said after one play, he was just laying on the ground. The training staff ran out, and they all ran over, and they're like, "Yo, man, you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm just tired." It's you don't know. Sometimes it's gonna lay there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's funny. And then the Texans brought in a person named Davis Mills, who sounds vaguely like he's a cookie brand or something.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, he also kind of looks like he's a cookie brand.
Yeah, he would be a cookie brand mascot.
Davis Mills, old timey Davis Mills.
Have a little twirly
How many
mustache.
values and traditions? Davis Mills.
He actually did okay against the Packers in the preseason, so I was like, I've seen this guy play. He didn't look bad.
Yeah, and I mean, He's 22, so
He's actually a rookie, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, he's got to be at 22.
He's a rookie from
Stanford.
Stanford.
Yeah, third round, third pick. Stanford.
That's still pretty high up.
Luck.
Third
Yeah.
round. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's the Texans, so probably bad, but you never know.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad, we had the Broncos and the Jaguars play.
Oh yeah, those teams are bad.
Yeah. Although the Broncos are 2-0, so I mean, although they've beaten the Jaguars and they beat the, who was it last week? It was the Giants. It's the Giants.
Yeah.
So the teams they've beaten are both a combined 0-4.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm sorry I talked you into picking the Jaguars.
I
had faith. I thought that they would be better, but apparently Jaguars be doing Jaguar stuff. So
here's the thing: the current undefeated teams are the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Broncos, the Raiders, and then the Rams, Niners, and Bucks. So as we all expected, the
We all
Panthers
predicted
and
that.
Broncos would be undefeated going into week.
Now,
we
as
saw that
somebody
coming.
who picked the Broncos both weeks, I did expect that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, some of those teams are not like the other teams, but
Yeah.
and it'll show up eventually. It's like, remember when the Bears had that happen? They went like 6-0 to start the
Dude,
season.
that was the fucking fluke of the year last year.
Yeah.
It was like, when are the Bears finally gonna rescind back to their mean?
Yeah.
It was, that could be the Broncos or something this year. We'll find out. The Jaguars also posted some Twitter thing being like, "Stick with us, fans. It's gonna be rough." It's like, I think they're already used to that, guys.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, 14 of 33, 118, a touchdown, 2 picks. Bad day. Very bad day.
I mean, his first week was also pretty bad too.
Yeah, he's definitely not transitioning extremely
I
quickly.
mean,
No.
here's the thing: there's a reason that the top QB goes to the worst team, right? It's the worst fucking team. And he's gonna. It's a bad team. The Jaguars. He's doing his best.
Do you think he'd have a similar experience on, like, say, the Bucks?
No, not at all.
Not at
He
all.
he would probably be putting up numbers.
Yeah.
Just imagine yourself as Trevor Lawrence for a second. You haven't lost ever.
Yeah.
Since high school on.
Yeah.
You get to the big leagues and you go 0-2 with the performance that he's been doing.
Yeah.
It's
That's got to be a rude awakening, man. That's got to be a night. That has to be a living nightmare for the dude.
It's definitely like, because I can't imagine, because all these guys that play in the NFL, they all have like unshakable confidence, because you kind of have to play. But like, that's got to be weird. That's got to be a weird eye opener, right? Like, how does that feel? Because your confidence has been validated the entire time.
Winning, like, literally every game. Yeah,
for your whole fucking life, and now it's the first time it's challenged. Like, that's
gotta be
wild.
crazy for sure.
Yeah. It was funny because like I actually looked at Peyton Manning's stats because they were talking about it. They're like, oh, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence may be going for the Peyton Manning interception record. And I was like, what the shit? And I looked it up. And his first year on the Colts,
Oh, he was terrible, dude.
They went 3-13,
Jameis.
26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, sometimes you got a bad start.
He's still got the rookie record for interceptions. I'm pretty sure. Actually,
I think
28. I think is the highest.
Yeah.
Partly because unless you're Peyton Manning, teams would just fucking bench you.
Yeah.
Before you throw 28.
No one's gonna get that opportunity again.
Fun facts here: the Jaguars have lost 17 straight games, including 11 losses by 10+ points, 6 straight losses. As such, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback selected first overall, are now combined for 13 wins, 33 losses, and 2 ties as rookie over the last 6 seasons. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's not good at all. And the Jaguars have allowed 12 different 100-yard receivers in the last 14 games since 2020. That is oof.
The latest of which being Cortland Sutton, 9 for 159 for that game. Wow, that was a feast for him.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton fans, raise your hand. Those of you who have him on your starting squad for the Broncos.
Speaking of fantasy football, I'm actually undefeated, 2-0 currently.
Ooh, look at this guy. A lot of football to play, though, Krendor. A lot of football to play.
A lot of football to play. But yeah, I'm 2-0. I'm feeling it. My ragtag group of running backs have done just good enough. So
Yahoo's recap after my game this week made me vindicated. It gave me a little tip that said if Bears Buds had played every team in the league each week, they would be 16-2.
Whoa!
So I'm pretty sure that's a little better than 0 fucking wins.
I got showered in Snickers when I opened up my Yahoo.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
my favorite part.
It's great
but
stuff.
it's digital Snickers. You can't eat
No
them.
free pub though. No free pub.
Yeah, no free pub.
Yeah, that was the Broncos Jag. Oh, Broncos did pretty well. Bridgewater 26-34, 328, 2 touchdowns.
Teddy, baby.
Melvin Gordon didn't have a great game, but he still
if
carried.
Teddy Bridgewater stays healthy all year, like he's again. I really like Teddy Bridgewater. He's very solid.
I stand Teddy Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
I think plus Cortland Sutton. Oh my God, 159 yards receiving, 9 catches. And then I think the Bronco defense is pretty strong, honestly.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, they still have that monster D line with and actually this week was the first week since I think like his rookie year or something that Von Miller has played with Bradley Chubb on the same
that's
line.
right.
So their D line I would not want to go up against.
Yeah,
Their monster D line right here.
I mean, their secondary. They drafted Patrick Surtain in the first round, who's like the best corner in the draft, debatably. They have Kareem Jackson got a pick. They have Kyle Fuller, who's like a good corner. Like they've got pretty good players.
Yeah, no. They're
And their coach is the former Bears defensive coordinator from when they used to be one of the best defenses. So he's a very defensive-minded coach as well.
I mean, like it's important to remember with the Broncos too that like this is one of the winningest franchises in the NFL. Like over the course of its history, it's just like they've had a bad string for the past couple of years.
I remember when they were just unbeatable, man. Like back in the Clinton bomb days of Clinton Portis. Oh my gosh, they were unstoppable.
Yeah.
It was, and then ever since Peyton Manning left, they've just been bad.
Yeah.
Until they ran into the Patriots, then they weren't unstoppable anymore.
Then we had a insane game that brought them back down to earth. The Panthers Saints, where Jameis Winston went 11 of 22, 111 yards, and 2 interceptions. But he did run for one.
Oh,
good for you, buddy.
The LASIK is not working.
Although, another thing is don't sleep on the Panthers. I think, so far.
Definitely a good point.
Granted, they've beaten like the Jets, so like big deal. But
and
I mean,
they've
like
beaten the Saints, so big deal there.
Not all of us can beat the Saints. Hold on.
Hey, throw me out there, I'll be dead in a play. But Sammy D, man,
Darnold, dude.
Darnold. He's doing pretty good.
Darnold. Go Darnold.
He's got.
If you squint really, really hard and look at the receiving stats, it looks like Sam Darnold actually got 3 for 55, but it's not. It's Dan Arnold.
On the year, he's got 584, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Pretty good.
With a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
It's like Aaron Rodgers stats.
Yeah.
I seriously, like, I know, like, if you go to the Jets subreddit, there's like a pretty sizable contingent of people that just hate Darnold for some reason and just shit on him and like want him to fail and think that he's like a horrible player, which I don't understand.
Their quarterbacks, no.
I mean, I just don't get it because like it's not like he ever did shit to us. Like he was always really nice, positive dude, and he didn't want to be traded either. And honestly, like I don't know. Like I mean, but
he had to be coached by Adam Gase, dude.
Yeah,
give him a break.
If I've said since the beginning, like from the stuff that he's shown, I think he could be a good QB if given the right situation, and this might be it.
Yeah. But Christian McCaffrey carrying the team, 72 yards, touchdown.
McCaffrey.
Well, but he wasn't too hard. He actually wasn't in this game. Like in like if you look, he's got only 3 yards per carry on the ground. Like he has a touchdown, but that was like later on in the game too. Like
still 24
in the first
carries
half,
though.
True, but like they had 17 points in the first half, and Christian McCaffrey did almost none of that in the beginning.
Yep.
It was all throwing.
He did have
CMC
65
owner,
receiving
very
yards
happy.
as well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on, dude. I love that fucking 72 yards on the ground with 5 catches for 65 is like a bad game. McCaffrey. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah. It's
and a touchdown. 2. No, 1. Okay, 1.
Yeah, just
but
1
still.
touchdown. Yeah.
Look, when you are the actual team, all right, you need to be performing. If I get the number 1 pick overall, I need you to be performing as
You're not. You're not just the team for the Panthers. You're the team for every fantasy team that drafted you at number 1.
He is still the leader in all-purpose yards currently at 324.
I believe it. Yeah, no, dude. He's still breaking the rules as far as like efficiency for a single player is concerned. Like he's just on another level right
There's
now.
some interesting names up here. You got Derrick Henry at number 2, Deebo Samuel number 3,
Debo, dude, he's been popping off.
Tyler Lockett at 4, Rondale Moore at 5 for the Cardinals.
We didn't even talk about Debo during the San Francisco game.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
That's true.
He's been fucking lighting it up this year. He's been crazy.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp, Tony Pollard outplaying Ezekiel Elliott over there.
That's wild.
Dalvin Cook, Deontay Harris, and Braxton Berrios of the Jets.
Berrios.
Braxton.
Wow.
Berrios.
They've been getting him the ball a lot, actually.
It's a fun name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, also I just realized the Saints have a player named Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yes. Yeah. And it's awesome. It's
Lil
fantastic.
That is something.
That's great.
So yeah, Saints lose, Panthers win. Panthers Bucks gonna be a good game when they play each other.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
Go Darnold.
If Darnold beats fucking Brady in Tampa, like I'm just gonna be I'm mad, but I'm happy for him, but mad. You know,
it's gonna be a confusing feeling, right?
Yeah,
I get it.
Speaking of crazy games, I don't even know if we were speaking of crazy games. I'm trying to get to the next one. The Rams beat the Colts. 27.
Game, dude.
Whoa! Who would have expected that?
Well, I actually picked the Colts, but here's the thing. The Colts actually were up, and then Carson Wentz got hurt, and apparently he has sprained both his ankles.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
How the fuck
That's
do you
right.
even do that?
Only a
That
Carson
sucks.
Wentz could
You
sprain
gotta like
both his
jump
ankles.
up and land on them both at the same time at a weird angle. How the hell did he do that?
Dude, that must blow so hard. He's completely immobile now.
He can't
Like,
even walk. Yeah,
Yeah.
God, that's gotta suck.
Yeah. And the Colts were winning in the fourth quarter because the Rams like shanked a punt. Like they did the punt and the snapper snapped it to the guy like blocking, and it like hit him and they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, it hit him right in the leg, and I was like, "Well, there goes my lock."
But then Carson Wentz went out, and Jacob Eason threw a pick, and that's I don't know.
And Carson Wentz did not look happy.
Nope, he did not.
He was about as mad as you could be at a rookie quarterback without actually being in his face, and it was hilarious.
I mean, all you had to do is protect the ball, like protect it. And just,
man, that's tough.
it's basically akin to like a starting pitcher just doing phenomenal, and the relieving pitcher coming in and just giving up like 3 dingers, just right over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's sucky game for them. That had to end that
Cooper
way.
Kupp
but
has been lighting it up too, man. He's been having a hell of a year so far.
Cooper Kupp going crazy.
Thank
Stafford.
God I drafted him.
Yeah, man. But like I think he was waiting for someone like Stafford to come along.
Absolutely.
They got a connection.
I mean, you knew the Rams are going to start being scary. I mean, I honestly think the Rams haven't even started hitting their stride yet.
Agreed.
I think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to win the NFC because I mean the Bucks exist, but I think that they're going to definitely be like
they
up
can
there.
probably win that division.
I
Like
think they'll win it.
they're pretty
think-
damn good.
when they start facing a little bit like softer opponents, I mean, granted the Colts are technically 0-2 now, but they've got a very solid defense and stuff. You know,
I think the Colts are pretty worthy.
The Colts only lost us because Wentz went down.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that
like
would've been-
once the Rams start playing like softer teams, like they'll they'll start showing their stars, you know,
Mhm.
and they'll be putting up real numbers. I think.
Yeah,
I think
because they've got talent across the fucking board, dude.
I think the big test going to come when it hits like divisional time. You get like Rams, Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. Rams,
those are going to be
Cardinals.
huge games, man. Those are going to
like
have massive
twice a year
implications.
for all those.
Yeah, god damn, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of fun divisional games, Buffalo 35, Miami nothing.
Yeah, that's. Can we just be done? Can we actually just move on from that? Because holy fuck,
That's rough.
God.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, the worst part is that, like, you know, getting blown out sucks, but Tua went down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went
he's
down early.
dude,
out.
just insult to injury, like literally, holy
Or
fuck.
injury to injury.
Or
I
injury
guess.
to
I, as the only person here who had the balls to pick the Dolphins,
Right?
I will say that my hopes were high until Tua went down.
Yeah.
I mean, he was 1 for 4. He didn't do that great when he was in.
Yeah, but
I didn't
you
even
know.
realize they had Jacoby Brissett, dude.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Now, as somebody who didn't pick the Dolphins, in fact, I locked the Bills and started their defense in fantasy football. This was a fantastic football game.
There you go.
They got me like 22 points.
Yeah.
It was, whew.
Yeah, Miami is a fucking train wreck again, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't take long to get right back to here, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, although they were 1-1, amazingly.
Yeah.
Like what they did win their week 1, but I mean, I don't
think
know
the
now
Bills-
at this point.
The Bills just had that feeling of like they felt like they should be 2-0, and they came into this game 0-1, and they're like, yeah, let's just beat the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how we lost to this team.
Yeah. I don't
It's
either.
crazy to me.
That's it. But the Dolphins have
total
always been the Patriots' like Achilles
That's
heel.
very
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, they have always done pretty bad against the Patriots,
Yeah.
or pretty bad against the Dolphins.
It's
I mean,
like,
Yeah.
it's funny
Yeah.
too because I think this happens. I'd have to go back and look to verify it, but I feel like this has happened before, where like they exhaust their bag of tricks against us, and then it's like the week after or 2 weeks later they play the Bills or they play the Jets and just get absolutely fucking destroyed.
Oh yeah, constantly, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a good old beatdown, and I loved it. Go Bills.
Yeah. I feel
keep,
I mean,
keep
like
going those
they're-
defensive performances. Let's go.
They're a divisional rival, so I I shouldn't feel that bad, but I do feel very bad for Dolphins fans because, like, you know, like I don't know, like especially like Tua had something to prove this year, and it's a bummer that he doesn't get to do it at all.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
You know,
That's how I feel for
Yeah.
the Lions. I'm just like, you know, if I want any team to win in this division, it's them. They're just like
Yeah.
perpetually sad. It's
Yeah.
like, they need something. Except for this week, whatever.
Right, yeah, fucking right.
yeah.
So, speaking of perpetual sadness, the Jets played the
There you go.
Patriots
Yeah.
25
Dude.
to 6.
Now, Rob, explain this to me because I'm confused. When you took Zach Wilson, you took him at the second pick. You picked Darnold at the third pick. Shouldn't
That's
that
right.
mean? I feel like shouldn't that mean Rob?
I mean, look, here's the thing. By the way, second week in a row that NFL.com does not list Zach Wilson as a player, which, you know, in fairness,
that's maybe
good.
on purpose.
Yeah, that's a good. That's probably.
they
good,
literally don't show the quarterback. It's great.
Yeah. The but so Zach Wilson, like Sam Darnold, also had a 4-pick game against the Patriots, so
Okay,
it's
to be
pretty
fair
much
then,
on brand. Yeah.
He's also been sacked 10 times, which leads the NFL.
Wait,
Yeah.
Wilson has?
Yep.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, that's
our O line is Swiss cheese. Although they did play more solidly in this game. It was honestly, this loss is pretty much entirely on Zach Wilson. Like, I mean, Bear, you also watched the game, I assume. So I mean,
Bits and pieces, yeah.
yeah. So like we had like a -3. So it started. The game started.
Just
right,
a rambling,
ready.
like, we had a negative
ready
3.
to take off anytime, Rob. Ready to go.
The game. Well, it's important to like get the background here. The game began, and we were running pretty well with Michael Carter, our new running back. Like, he even ended the day with 5.4 yards on the per carry. He looked really solid, and the first pass that Wilson throws is a pick.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not a great throw, but it's also like really not entirely on him. It's basically a drop from our receiver. that leads to a pick, and that's a bummer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pick. The Patriots get in there, and I think they score 3 or maybe don't score at all. So it's like, oh wow, our defense is pretty solid. That's nice.
Yeah.
And then we go to the next drive, and we're running pretty well. It's like, oh, dude, Michael Carter's looking pretty good. Zach Wilson, first passing play since his pick. It's another pick. So he throws, and this one is like, the commentator in the game was shitting on Zach Wilson for this, which is just stupid because, like, he even shit on him he doubled down on it after he saw the replay, which is doubly stupid because he hits Corey Davis on the hands. Like, Zach Wilson throws it into the exact spot where the defender can't touch it, but only Corey Davis can, and Corey Davis isn't even fully extended either. And it bounces off his hands into a Patriots defender, right? And then the commentator was all like, Zach Wilson's playing a little too aggressive. I suppose it's kind of a catchable ball. It hit him on the fucking hands, man.
Okay.
What do you want it to be?
But what about the pick in the third quarter? Because
so here's the thing.
There, right?
Yeah. After the first two, the other two are like 100% on Zach Wilson, and we're just horrible, like really bad.
The one in the third quarter, which is one I actually watched live, I was like, oof, man.
Yeah, that was terrible. But here's the thing, like, okay, I have some issues with our fucking coaching staff already. Like, to be honest with you,
it took 2 weeks. 2 weeks to we're here. All right.
I'm a little bit like salty about. So, Zach Wilson throws his 2 picks, and then they slowed it down a little bit, didn't make him pass as much. But then we get to the fucking goal line, and granted, he's thrown 2 picks already, and then they just go 3 straight runs, field goal. And it's like, okay, well, so you have a rookie QB. His confidence is fucked after those first 2 passes, right? Which weren't his fault, in my opinion. Not at least not entirely. And then you just say to him, well, obviously we gave up. We're not, we don't believe in you right here on the fucking goal line. You give him at least 1 fucking pass, I mean, granted, our running game was doing well, but I mean, come on. And then, like, after the game, Salah comes out and he says, basically he just shits on Zach Wilson a little bit. Like, he's got to get better at blah, 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 and whatnot. And it's like, okay, sure. But, like, you're the fucking coach, bro. Like, because this isn't the first time that he's done this where he's, like, thrown players under the bus, because we have another player, Denzel Mims, who's a second-round pick, who they keep saying, like, yeah, well, he doesn't know the playbook. He's like 6th in the depth chart as a second-round pick. Now, granted, it was with, like, the other GM, and, like, I don't know, maybe he is just total ass, but every time he sees the field, he gets, like, a massive bomb play that's really great. And they're just like, yeah, he's just not, he's not learning enough. And it's like, well, you're the coaches. You're supposed to be after a certain point, if the players aren't learning things properly, then that's on their teachers, like, not on the players entirely. And so, and then later on, as the game progressed, eventually we had a 4th down 20, and they kicked a field goal. And it's just like, if you're just gonna, this is the kind of Jets football that I don't want to see, where it's just like they give up, like they basically gave up in the first quarter, and that's just like, and the players didn't give up, but the coaching staff did, and I'm pretty salty. Like, it's only game 2, but so far I don't have a lot of confidence in this coaching staff or the play calling either, because they're just kind of leaving Zach Wilson out on an island to throw deep balls all the time. I mean, he's missing checkdowns a lot of the time too, but
he's according to the PFF stats, Zach Wilson has been pressured on 50% of his dropbacks.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Pretty bad.
That is, that's worse than the league.
Do you have the league average?
I don't, but it is worse than the league. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I bet without a doubt. Like 50% is usually like among the top, if not the top. So yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, again, he's a second pick. We're a bad fucking team.
On the other side, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, man,
he had a fucking dime of a pass. I think it was like either 3rd or 4th quarter down the left sideline. That, oh man, just a fucking beauty. He has been showing off a little bit.
Bear, it is uncanny you have to be seeing this too. He looks like Tom out there a lot of times.
Really does.
You don't even have to squint to see it, man.
You don't have to try
it's
too
crazy. If you look at his release and you look at his two-step drop, it is exact.
Dude, it's
down to the
release too,
step.
man. Like on that same note, like he's got a fucking quick.
How
release,
does your team do that?
I don't know, man. Like I didn't know this guy fucking existed, but sure enough, yeah, he kind of just looks like TB 2.0.
Mac Jones is going to be the top quarterback out of this class. I said it many times, and I'm still going to say it. He's going to be the top quarterback out of this class. It's insane. The Patriots are already seeing this, and like they're already building around his strengths. And it's crazy that Belichick just had this quarterback just gifted to him, such a late pick.
Yeah.
I don't actually know the name of the play, but it's the one where the quarterback takes the snap, kind of feigns to the right a little bit, and then throws it behind the line of scrimmage to the wide receiver, who was usually Edelman a few years. That's a flea flicker?
It's a flea flicker,
yeah. Okay, so they've been running that flea flicker forever with Edelman, right? It looked like it was fucking Brady and Edelman out there doing it when Mac Jones did it. It was crazy. And they did it with like the same level of proficiency. It was so sick. I'm so excited.
Solid.
He's an absolute stud of a quarterback, Bear, and I congratulate you on what is probably going to be another 20 years of Patriots dominance.
Well, he so far this year 467 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Yep.
And
he's
a
been
fun fact,
clean, dude.
His middle name is McCorkle.
What? Okay, that's fucking hilarious, actually.
Yep.
What?
His name is Michael McCorkle Jones.
That's so good! Crendor! Such a good middle name, Crendor.
That is hilarious.
McCorkle!
McCorkle.
McCorkle.
McCorkle Jones? That's his name?
You could name a dog after that.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
That is
the best news of the year.
Well, besides the Hogs, of course.
Yeah,
right.
Besides the
Of
Hogs.
course, yeah.
So yeah, let's go Hogs.
His name's McCorkle.
It is.
That sounds like you made it up for the show.
I mean, I was just as shocked when I looked it up.
Wait, no, hold on.
We lost Barry. Goodbye.
We lost him. He's gone.
Where's that from?
Maybe
is that the first McCorkle ever?
Oh God,
I don't
there
know.
might be other McCorkles in his family.
Yeah, you're right.
Point.
Maybe his grandfather's like McCorkle. They just, named him after the grandfather or something.
I Google McCorkle, and the first result is McCorkle Jones, Mac Jones.
Yeah, there you go. I went to school with a guy whose last name was McCorkle.
Really?
Man, okay,
Yeah.
well, all right.
It must
it's
be
probably
a place called Corkle in Ireland, I bet, or
yeah,
Scotland.
that's probably it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
Well,
that is.
As someone who is half Irish, I can tell you that I've never heard of the McCorkles.
Well.
Just sounds so fake. Oh my God.
Very.
I love how happy this has made Bear. Thank you, Quentin.
No problem. Moving on.
Wait, hold on. Before we
Okay.
move on, because there was one play
All right.
where Damian Harris ran through our entire defense for a touchdown for like 40 yards.
Oh, I
That's-
did see that.
Yeah, that bears mentioning. Like it was like a
yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was like a Marshawn Lynch kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
our,
he's like
our players
trucking
weren't
dudes.
tackling. Yeah, our players
Dude,
weren't.
I
really
was gonna
tackling,
say it was like it looked like he almost expected to fall at some point, but no one was trying hard enough to bring him down. So
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm just gonna keep going. Then if you guys are gonna bring me
Yeah.
down, I'll just keep going."
on that play, like that really seemed like the Jets had like officially given up. Like it was like
Yeah.
in like the third quarter, and I was just like, all right. So it's same old fucking Jets. It's like
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck.
I
Coaches gave up.
Truly
I'm sorry,
don't
Rob.
blame you seeing that play happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty upsetting.
I'm sorry, Rob. Maybe in the next half decade.
Yeah, maybe when we get a new coach and QB to ruin, we'll
It'll be fun to see which ones they are, though.
Hey, tell you what though, man, you've managed for your own life. You can at least take solace in the fact that you've created a good out of it. You know, like every other Jets fan just has to suffer eternally, but at least we get to enjoy yours.
That's true. There you go.
I mean, there's one part of it that's really frustrating, which is that like there's like if you go to the Jets subreddit, there's like half the fan base is like, "Ugh, our fan base is so fucking gross. It disgusts me having no patience." And it's like, patience, motherfucker, fucking patience. It's been 50 years since the Super Bowl and 10 years since it's been 12 fucking years since the playoffs, and we haven't beaten the Patriots in 6. So fuck patience. Give me a fucking break, patience.
Yeah.
Eat my nuts. All right, so
the Damian Harris run was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was nice.
Like, I don't want to take credit away from him for sure, but I do also, like, when you watch it, you kind of, I feel like it's sort of in your back of your mind, you're like, they're not really playing 100% out there.
It's like almost Beastquake if the Jets cared, you know?
Rob, if it makes you feel any better, I hope the Jets get better just for the sole sake of the couple, like, Zach Wilson autographs I have.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it could happen.
I tell you what, the stock of my Mac Jones cards, whoo!
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is going way up.
Well, speaking of
McCorkle Jones
going way up, that's not what really happened this game. Bengals Bears. It's kind of. I watched this game because it was on TV.
Good reason. As opposed to being beamed in the sky.
Yeah. So I got Red Zone on my laptop, and I casually glance over at the Bears Bengals, see what's going on. So this game was actually really weird because the Bears went up 7-0 early, and then it was just 7-0 till like the third quarter, and Andy Dalton got hurt. Justin Fields comes in, and then the Bengals get a field goal. It's 7-3, and then Joe Burrow proceeds to throw 3 interceptions in a row.
In a row.
Back.
Yeah, back to back. And one of them was a pick 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened. What happened, Joey B?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
Joey Biscuits?
I think it's like with Wilson, because it's like you know this kind of situation where it's just like you're feeling good, you're doing something, and then you fuck up once, and then all of your confidence is shattered, and suddenly you just fuck up and fuck up.
It's called going. It's called going on tilt.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened to Rodgers a lot when he against the Bucks last year. He had it happen. So I mean, in the first game, not the second game, but anyway, here's the weird part. Okay, so they have this happen. Bears go up like 20-3, and then Burrow comes back out, throws a touchdown. They like get the ball back, throws another touchdown because Fields threw an interception. And then it's 2017. Bears get the ball back. 3rd down. Fields almost gets sacked for a 4th down, but he manages to scramble away and get the first, and then they win. So, like, if they get a sack on Fields there, like, they probably get the ball again and either tie it up or take the lead.
Yeah.
So it was a weird ending to a game where, like, nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden, like, 14 points and 13 points get scored in the 4th quarter. Like, it was weird. So it's
wild.
Justin Fields doesn't look bad, but he doesn't look good. He looks like he can run around a lot. He's got like really good. He's got like a Kyler Murray type mobility. Like he's really fast, but he's still definitely got decision making problems and like accuracy problems.
I mean, he's in probably earlier than he should be. You know, he wasn't really expecting to go in week 2, and I don't think the team was either.
And Andy Dalton was actually doing pretty good. He went 9 of 11, 56 yards, a touchdown. Like he wasn't doing bad.
Yeah, Dalton's been good this year.
Yeah,
Dalton. I mean, Dalton's always been a solid player.
Dalton's always been Dalton, dude.
Yeah.
Joey B just blowing up like that was almost sad to watch because he has no excuse for it this time. He wasn't injured. He has nothing like that. It was just bad pass after bad pass after bad pass, and it's like man. One of them was a pick 6, and like when you see him try to go for the tackle on the pick 6, and he just gets bowled right over. He's like he slumps over and just you feel horrible for him, but it's like man, like this guy was supposed to be the rookie of the year last year. Like man, he went downhill. Fun stat here for you Joey B fans: Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase lost a game as teammates for the first time since LSU lost to Texas A&M back in November of 2018. It's the first time that they've lost together in 3 years.
I love that you said the 2018 as though the 2000 part were the more remarkable part of the year.
2018.
It's 2000.
The 2000s.
Well, we're now in the 1900s again. We've gone back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's no taunting and the quarterbacks cannot stay alive for more than 2 games.
Thank goodness we've made it back to saner times.
Yeah.
Overall,
No,
Bears defense is still pretty solid. Like, it's
a bad game for Joe Burrow. One game,
I mean,
he's also a second-year player.
Outside of that little like implosion he had, like he still did pretty good. Like after that, he kind of pulled it together.
Almost won.
Yeah, they almost
won.
It was literally like he had 2 touchdowns and like 200 yards. Otherwise, like it was just the 3 back to back picks,
which basically lost in the game. But actually, that's
pretty
what
much.
happens.
Yeah, your quarterback goes out and throws a 3 spot on the interceptions back to back to back. You ain't winning.
I mean, that's just the morale effect alone, dude.
But the defense is totally gassed by that point. Too.
That would be like throwing 2 pick sixes or something in a game.
Yeah, who could do that?
Who would do that?
Yeah, could it
it's almost like throwing 30 interceptions in one season.
Yeah, it'd be the Atlanta Falcons against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That would be them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Matty Ice, dude. What's happening over there, man? So they lost Julio, obviously. We were kind of talking about this last week too. But they're still like they shouldn't be getting obliterated, right? Like, and I know it's the Bucks, but this was a stomping, dude. Like, it shouldn't even have been this close.
Like they were pretty close for a while, actually. It was like 17 to like 14. Like
no, it was 25-28, and I was not happy at that time.
I agreed with you, Sin. Like this game should not be this close right now. Like this is the Bucks are way better than the Falcons. Clearly,
it came down to the Bucks. The Bucks defense were getting a little bit too cocky, and the offense, like there was a couple of really like not great throws by Tom, but. I mean, this is you have to remember, like take this out of in the context that we're only seeing the first half here, and the Falcons put up a 10 spot on these in the second quarter, and then put 15, and I was like, okay, like we are not going to lose this game to Atlanta, right? There's just not it's just not possible. Like it's just not possible. But given how fast our offense started, I thought, man, this is just going to be an absolute slaughter. But the defense, as much as we pride ourselves on being able to stop the run, the pass defense is absolute garbage. However, I will say in our defense of our defense, we are shredded at the cornerback position right now. And if we lose another cornerback, we're screwed. Like you want to go to the left side because all we have on defense for our CBs is basically just Winfield and what's his name? I don't remember the name of the other one off the top of my head, but we are so hurting right now in the secondary that the Bucks basically have no one else. There's nobody else that we have that can.
Dean?
Dude.
It's yeah. Well, no, Dean. So Jamel Dean is the backup to what's his
Delaney?
No. Dean's the backup to. He used to be on the Packers.
Oh no, not this guy either. Damn it.
What is his name?
Well, now we have to find out.
Yeah, Packers are the Steelers. I'll look at it, but just know that the Buccaneers are hurting real bad in the secondary. I will find it here in just a moment. Here, Coach. One more second, Coach.
I mean,
Carlton Davis. It's Carlton Davis, and Carlton Davis was injured with a hamstring beforehand.
Mike Edwards?
No, Mike Edwards isn't. He's not hurting.
Oh.
This is gonna really bother me now.
When you guess who
Barack Obama. Thank you very much.
All right, good. Yeah, I mean, overall, Falcons. I think they gave it a shot, but they got rolled at the end.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yeah, that's not a former Packer.
He was. What was he? Steelers?
Probably Steelers. If you thought
Maybe
that.
Steelers.
Yeah.
No, he was Cowboys. Or no, dude, I don't know.
All right. Well, he was somewhere.
Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
say
I'd go Buck.
that
Go Buck.
game is yeah, what we all thought.
By
then
the way, real quick, Buccaneers getting into the record books here. The Buccaneers have now 30+ points in 9 straight games, including the playoffs, longest streak in franchise history, tied for the second longest streak in the NFL, tied with only. Can you guess it? Bear.
The Patriots.
That is correct. The Tom Brady led Patriots. So what a coinky dink there. That Tom now has 2 records with 2 different teams. That's
very cool, very fun.
Also, Gronk looks better than last year, which isn't fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a quote.
Tom looks better than last year.
They both look better. What the fuck?
There's a quote from Gronk himself last night when I was watching the Peyton cast, the Manning cast, and he said, quote, "I don't practice on Friday because Friday is red zone day and I'm red zone Robbie G baby." Yep.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
That's my Gronk.
He also said, the Mannings were like, "So what do you do when you watch film and stuff?" And he was like, "Oh no, I don't watch any film. I've never watched."
Yeah.
So
he's like, "I asked Tom stuff if I need to know that."
You joke, but that's probably actually real.
Yeah. Like Tom's just like, "Go in a straight line, Gronk." He's like, "Oh, Gronk, Gronk do.
Gronk catch ball.
Gronk catch touchdown. Gronk run ball.
Gronk spike.
Gronk spike."
Dude's straight out of Jersey Shore too.
Dude, I wouldn't even. I'd feel slightly bad about it if he didn't just fully embrace it, man. He's all about it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm a big fucking moron."
But I catch red zone pass.
He's a very lovable.
I love the
he's a
guy.
character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, every time every time I watch this play, I'm just like Bear, is this how it's been for you, man? This is insane.
He's fucking those two are just their connection is unreal, man.
I absolutely love the golden age that I'm in right now. I'm gonna be very sad when it's over.
Yeah.
But as a lifetime Buccaneers fan, to see everything just kind of just be full throttle positive and everything going in the right direction. The Bucs are the team that people want to be like right now. That's never happened as a Buccaneers fan ever.
Well,
I went
crazy.
I told you guys I put a parlay bet down last night, and I checked the odds for championship. Y'all are 2-1 right now.
Oh my god,
it's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. It's gonna happen. He's gonna fucking.
Yeah. I'm not expecting it, but I'm not going to be surprised. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised because
if he does,
it's the exact same team we had last year. That's
you fucking ran it back in
Yeah.
full form. No one has ever done that.
That's unprecedented.
I will say that you never know what's gonna happen when the playoffs hit.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
the year the Packers won, they went on their run, won the Super Bowl, and I was like, dude, we may be the new dynasty. And then the next year we go 15-1. We're just shitting on people. Rodgers lighting it up. I'm like, dude, easy back to back. Here we go. First game of the playoffs divisional round. Giants come in. They're hot 8-8 and just beat us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Well, that's
all right.
also the Patriots. 18-1. You know.
So we're saying the
There's two
Giants
parts of
are going to
that
kill.
we're not paying very close attention to. A, Eli Manning is no longer in the league.
That's
Also true. Yeah.
B, the most important part of the most recent dynasties in history. What would that be? I think we can all kind of piece together the central part of all those dynasties happens to be on the Buccaneers right now.
Woo! And I am just let me enjoy the golden age, please.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Free.
Speaking
He's
of
gonna. I
teams-
mean, it's gonna be a baller year. They're just gonna destroy
man.
people this year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, just
a year.
really just take this moment actually right now, Sinvicta, before anything bad has happened at all, because the first 2 weeks have been fucking flawless for you guys. I mean, not flawless, but effectively flawless. Look how good you're doing. This is nuts.
I'm loving it. I'm just absolutely loving it. And
I saw.
Tom is just he threw 5 touchdowns. This man is 44 years
5-0,
old.
44
man.
years old.
God.
Yeah.
I was about to say I saw a stat that Tom Brady is about to throw more touchdowns in his 40s than he did in his 20s.
Yep.
Which is just, I mean,
Every time we hear one of these, it blows my mind more than the last one, man. That is ridiculous. ridiculous.
Yeah,
There's,
like if you see him in these past 2 weeks, he looks better.
Better than ever.
Yeah, he looks better. He's 44.
Tom Brady is now 10 touchdowns away from the only quarterback to be in the 600 touchdown club.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it very
He's
soon.
gonna do it. Yeah, absolutely.
By the
Yeah,
way,
if you-
just a fun fact, number 12 on the list is John Elway at 300 touchdowns. That's number 12. He's doubled it.
That's wild.
He's doubled it.
Yeah.
And,
How long did Elway play?
A while.
He
while.
played for a
A
while,
long
right?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did a
played-
Manning.
He
Yeah.
played for I think 18 or 19 seasons, maybe more.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Because he
But-
pulled a Manning at the late in his career.
Right,
Like he
yeah,
won
yeah.
a Super Bowl early and then won
Like
real late.
it's just insane if you just eliminate every touchdown that Tom has ever thrown and just take the amount of touchdowns he's thrown to Gronk. It's 102
Yeah.
touchdowns to one person.
they were talking about that on the Manning cast that
Oh,
they're coming for
Manning and Harrison.
Peyton and
Yeah,
and Marvin
Harrison.
Harrison.
And I
almost called him
remember
Harrison.
I remember when that record was set, and we were saying back in the day, what we were saying was that this is a Jerry Rice like record. No one is going to ever be able to even come close to this. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning, and
I mean,
now,
yeah.
like Gronk and Tom they're gonna break it. They're going to.
They
Yeah.
probably will, yeah.
Yeah.
And it almost didn't because Gronk retired briefly for a year, took a year
Mhm.
off basically.
I just pretty much took a vacation to
Yeah.
do some WWE shit and smoke a bunch of weed.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to the universe for allowing me to enjoy football for what is assuredly going to be the happiest 3 years of my life in football, and then it's all going to end, and I'm going to be very sad.
Yeah.
You know, the Jets are bad and he's not beating me, so fuck you NFC, and I'm just here to enjoy the show.
The bad man finally went away,
You
right?
can be
Yeah.
happy. You can be happy for me, Rob. You can be happy for
Exactly.
me.
Let me
That's-
have my
that's where I'm
Aaron
at now.
Rodgers going out Super Bowl.
It could.
Piece of
I mean,
shit.
maybe he's gonna play till he's 44.
He
You
probably
Yeah,
will, yeah.
dude.
At
You
this
never know.
rate, you might as well.
He could.
Anyway, speaking of sadness, the Minnesota Vikings
Oh boy, good one.
lost
Yeah.
34-33 to the Cardinals because they missed a field goal to win the game in classic
know,
Vikings fashion.
This is why I believe in curses. Is that this? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way that it's just the Vikings are cursed with game-winning kicks.
They are.
Like they
Ever
can't do
since the
Wait,
98 Gary Anderson one.
it. Yeah. There's been like a one every like 2 years
Yeah.
for them.
There's the Seattle one in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
I'd
there's
almost
a lot.
expect to miss the kick at this point.
Oh,
if the
I
Vikings-
expect
all
to
of
miss
the
it,
all of the
100%.
I checked the game threads for the Vikings fans and they were like, yeah, no, of course. Like they were all predicting it. Everyone knew it was going to happen, and
Right.
and there's just like, and then after it happened, they were like, I feel nothing. I
But-
understand it.
Rob, you're telling me that you were skeptical of curses when you're talking to the leading curse master right here.
It's very
Which-
true.
Very true.
I want to say, by the way, I just because I have a morbid curiosity about this kind of thing, I went through the chat logs of our Discord to see exactly who was naysaying the curse, whatever. And there's a lot of naysayers in the Three Guys in the Bear Talk About Football podcast Discord who are like, the reverse curse it's not gonna happen. And then after the NFC Championship, they're like, holy shit, Invicta might actually be a witch.
Get called out.
Curses are
Discord fans.
powerful. They're very
The-
powerful. If
Okay,
you
the
watch sports,
only
they're powerful.
time it didn't work happened to be when the Packers played the 49ers.
And I told you because you didn't pay me enough for it.
Hey, you don't have
That's
to
true.
pay for a curse.
You do. For my curse, you do.
That's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
give it out scot-free. It
There
cannot
is
be
some
bought
precedent.
except for $1,000.
Well, my favorite part of this game was on the Vikings radio where the Viking announcer went,
Oh, yeah.
"It's good!" No, he missed
Yeah.
it right.
Dude, he transitioned from excitement to just like that Minnesota Vikings feeling of
Yeah.
complete emptiness so
Just
dead.
quickly,
Yeah.
live on air while commentating. It was the greatest
Like a
thing in the
straight
world.
up
feel
like
bad
soccer
for him.
goal.
Yeah.
Like, goal.
He really did that. You could hear him shaking. He's like, "It's good," and then
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh wait, no, he missed it."
Yeah.
It was- just imagine hearing that on the radio, and you're like, "Yeah!"
Like celebrating, like
Start
maybe even, like
celebrating.
with friends, like, yeah, let's go, dude. All right. And then you listen more and you're like, wait, what?
It reminds me. Have you guys seen that meme image where the guy like he gets a he wins. He's on a podium. He grabs a champagne and like sprays it. And, like he grabs there's a hot girl that comes and gives him the medal. He grabs her, like starts making out. He's like flipping everybody off, and then he finds out he's in third place or whatever. That's exactly how I feel. Vikings fans on the radios hearing that it's good.
Yeah, that was pure Vikings. Speaking of which, it was like they played good. Like Kirk Cousins, 244, 3 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook ran for 131 yards. Like they were
mad that I have to seriously consider Kirk Cousins as a fantasy quarterback backup, dude. It pisses me off.
That's 6 yards per carry on the ground. So this is a good day for Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There, I'll trade you Lamar Jackson.
You know who I'm not going to trade is fucking Kyler Murray, man. Holy shit. Oh,
man.
Yeah, he's going to have a year.
Ooh,
God
boy.
Damn.
80% completion rate. Fucking
400 yards.
Yeah, man. Like, not even a huge ground game for him either, but he was still contributing there. Like, God, he is just fucking
still ran for
awesome.
a touchdown.
He had 4 touchdowns. He scored 4 touchdowns. That is insane.
He is so goddamn good. He was showing it a little bit last year, but he's just fucking lighting it up this year, man.
Yeah.
Killing
and
it.
They still almost lost.
Yeah.
They still almost lost. Yeah, God, with him playing that well, fuck.
Yeah. So it is looking good for the Arizona Cardinals. Like,
2-0.
Oh my God! How about
missed the playoffs by 2 games? Damn.
Yeah, it is. Man. How about this game? The Titans winning over the Seahawks in overtime after being down 24-9 or 3. Like they were down by a lot.
Henry the Crown, my man.
Yep.
Holy shit.
182 yards, 3 touchdowns. My God.
Touchdowns.
And
like
last year's record.
Yeah.
Dude, for real. I mean, like, this is obviously he had a slow start in game 1, but if you're talking about this kind of pace to follow that up, holy hell. He had a run too where, like, we don't talk about it enough, where we're always talking about his power, but he's fast as fuck too, man. And he outran a cornerback like in a foot race to get that 60-yard touchdown. That was nuts, dude.
Yeah. And he looks like he's stuffed into his shoulder pads. Like he shouldn't be able to move as fast as he does, but he does.
So big, but he's so fucking man, he's wild.
Just a bowling ball.
As someone who picked the Seahawks to win this game, let me tell you something. I hate the Seahawks a whole lot because the Seahawks had this shit wrapped up. It was done. I was like, yes, I'm gonna finally put Coach Krendor away for good in this week, and everything's fine. And then slowly but surely, the Seattle defense just started forgetting the fact that we have to actually tackle people. We have to stop Derrick Henry. They were doing a decent job stopping him in the first half. We
were talking about that too, how he's just like, he just does not get tired. He just keeps going at the same speed, the same power all game long.
That's the power of like running games throughout the year. Like the Jets, when they went to the AFC Championship games back to back, 12 years ago. They it was a ground and pound thing, and I've always seen, that's what running teams do, is that like even if you're not doing anything with the running game in the first half or something,
you're wearing them down.
If you keep fucking doing it, it's more fatiguing to play defense than offense. So they're just
eventually it's gonna let up.
Exactly. Starts breaking.
Especially when you got fucking Derrick Henry doing the battering ram work for you. 35 attempts, man. I mean, God, there's no one else in the league getting that kind of workload right now. It's insane.
He's like an actual workhorse.
Except Zeke, who puts up like a 20-yard spot on 50 carries.
Yeah. But man, I mean, you got a game plan around this dude.
Yeah.
For real. Like
it is.
But then they have a pretty good passing offense too. So that's the thing, right?
For real. I mean, they got even better, obviously.
If you stack the box against him, then he can throw. Then Ryan Tannehill can throw to like Julio Jones or Julio Jones or AJ Brown or
And then on top of that, dude, Henry's getting involved in the fucking passing game now too. He had 6 catches that game.
Yeah, with 55 yards, it's like a wild amount too.
Yeah. Especially for him, like he's known not to really be involved in that all that much. So if they're getting him to be a part of that too, like, oh man, look out.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy, dude. So I mean, if the Titans are gonna win, it's gonna be because of Derrick Henry. That's what it boils down to. And if the Seahawks are gonna win, it's because of Russell Wilson.
Pretty much.
So,
yeah.
Lockett's having himself a year already here too, man.
Oh yeah, he's
178 or one. He did. Was on? He was targeted 11 times. That's like,
also Bobby Wagner had 16 tackles and a sack this game.
Holy shit! Wow,
So that's, pretty good.
Yeah.
If anybody was tackling Henry, it was probably him.
Yeah.
So
4 assisted tackles, dude. He was like the whole.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hitting everybody.
Then we had Cowboys Chargers. And honestly, it was pretty typical. Like Chargers lost.
Yeah.
So
this is the game that, out of all the games this week, I didn't want Coach to actually get a pick on. He gets the only person to pick the Cowboys to beat the Chargers at home. And Dak did nothing this game. He did absolutely nothing this game. It's just the fact that Herbert threw 2 really bad picks, and the defense just decided just to stop doing anything. Like Dak he was completely ineffective in this game at all.
yeah.
You know, he had a crazy completion percentage and everything, but for 237 and 1 INT.
Sorry. It's my dog whining.
Oh.
Was that Taffy or was that?
No, it's Chubbs. He wants dinner. Hang on, I gotta go give him dinner.
Oh, yeah, go give him dinner. You gotta
He's
go
hungry.
give him
He was reminding them. That's all it was.
dinner. Yeah, I mean, like Dak just did nothing this game. That was
Yeah.
standout. It was the Chargers beating themselves, like Crendor said.
Yeah. So it's, and you feel bad for the Chargers. 'Cause like, again, they're a team that's just like, here we go again. Another one of these games.
Yeah.
Because they didn't play bad still. Like Herbert, 31-41, 338 yards, a touchdown. He did have 2 picks. Eckler went crazy, 54 yards, running, 61 receiving. Like Keenan Allen, 108 yards receiving. It's just one of those games.
I mean, it's also important to remember for Herbert that it is like, granted he broke all, the rookie record, his first year, but it is only his second year, and they're still asking him to throw 41 times, and his second year, throws 2 picks. He's still, I mean, I don't even know how old he is. He's probably like 23 or 20. Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll have a bad game here and there, but I'm sure over the course of this year he'll do fine.
Yeah,
I've got complete confidence in Herbert, dude. If I'm the Chargers right now, I feel very good about Herbert.
Absolutely, yeah. After that first year,
yeah.
No, I agree. On the other side, Tony Pollard, of course, carrying the running game.
Everyone saw that one coming.
Yep. Yeah. So it's
8.4 yards per carry. That is absurd.
Well, he had the. Oh no, he didn't. I thought I was thinking of somebody else. I think, but he did have a 28-yarder. But yeah, that's still pretty damn good average. Even taking that out.
Yeah.
So that was that game. Then we had the Ravens Chiefs. What a Sunday night game!
Damn,
that was wild.
That was insane. Like my God, that was plus the end of the game with Lamar Jackson going for it on 4th down. You could see Harbaugh was yelling at him like, "You want to go for it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, let's go for it."
Yeah,
like that was just a fun game.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, that was a bold play too, going for it.
Oh, big time.
But at the same time, it was the right decision, whether it worked out or not. I think because at the end it was like, do you want to give Pat Mahomes some time? And it's like, no, of course not. You don't.
Yeah.
No, you really don't. You're gonna lose if that happens. So,
yeah,
that was just a wild game,
dude. Yeah. Lamar showed up, man. Like, I feel like he's. I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but didn't he even he kind of underperformed in the primetime games before, didn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe. Although I think they've played a couple of times now, the Chiefs and them, right? And it's always been like these high scoring wild games.
But typically it's been the Mahomes show. You know,
True.
like,
Yeah.
he's always been the outperformer. But yeah, no, Lamar definitely made the difference here for the Ravens. And like I don't know, like I feel like the Ravens definitely were not expected to win this game, first of all. But then also in general, like the Ravens aren't really expected to do very well this year.
Maybe,
But
Yeah. I mean, a lot of injuries mainly, I think.
Oh, that primarily being
like their whole running back core is like injured.
right, yeah. But you know, like I don't know, man. Like they look pretty damn good still.
I mean, it's like Lamar Jackson is just such a dynamic player that he's one of those players, right, where it's like you can do all the right things and still lose if he just beats you because
he's just better.
Like he's like sometimes he'll just like show up and just be faster and quicker and you know and beat you over the top sometimes too, and you know it's hard to play against players like him.
Yeah,
totally agree.
I mean, I think that's the way you got to beat the Chiefs, right? Because I mean, if you give Mahomes the ball back there, he's probably going to drive it down and score at least a field goal.
Because Mahomes is another one of those players too. Like I was actually reading in the week about Travis Kelce that apparently like he doesn't really have plays in the normal sense that all the other players do. Like he's allowed to do whatever. Like if he sees something, he goes for it, and it's and assumes that Mahomes does too, and that's like part of the reason that they just destroy people because they're just playing backyard football every play.
That's the best. I love that.
Yeah,
and it's Travis Kelce, dude. Again, very happy I took him in fantasy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be right.
Yeah, above and beyond like all the other tight ends. That dude is insane.
Yeah, no, he's him and Waller are.
Oh yeah.
Well, Waller's definitely like the 1B to his 1A, but he's.
Although maybe Gronk this year might have another.
Yeah, man, for
year.
real, it's just wild. I cannot believe he is. I can't believe I got him in the 13th round of our draft. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that note in there again. But also, like, God, he's been killing it.
Woo! Go Bucks!
Go. Not Bucks.
Go Bucks!
Go Hogs!
Go Hogs!
And then we had my favorite, the Monday night game, the Green Bay Packers finally getting a win against the Detroit Lions.
Now, real quick,
finally.
Before we get into this, T.J. Hawkinson is the guy from Workaholics. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. We don't even need to talk about it. I'm just saying it. Please continue.
On. Let me look at this. Oh my, no, I see it.
He just is him, right?
Mm-hmm. No. Oh, that's a really bad fucking picture. That sucks. Oh, that poor man.
I mean, he looks like he's on his way to Mordor with the ring. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah. Oh man, he's really solid though too.
He killed it, dude.
Yeah.
But the Lions are still pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, they're not great.
Look, they had the lead going into the half. What happened?
Yeah, it was. So here's what happened. First, the Packers offense actually showed up today, which thank God, because that's what we do. Aaron Jones balling out. He had 4 touchdowns. So. 4 touchdowns. And Rodgers also threw for 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to Jones, 1 to Big Bob Tonyan. He also had like a 50-yard pass to Devontae Adams, which was great.
Big Bob Tonyan.
Big Bobbert.
But our defense sucks ass, especially Kevin King. Kevin King, I don't know how Kevin King is on our team still. Like, the dude actually lost us the NFC Championship game. The dude was sucked ass last week, and now he sucked ass yesterday. Like, what? So finally,
is that the coach or
that's the corner?
Okay.
We have Alexander, our best corner, because he's like one of the best corners. So nobody throws to him. So they go to fucking Kevin King, who can't cover shit. So they did that, and then finally we used our first round pick Stokes, who, remember when the draft happened and I was like, oh, we picked Eric Stokes. Thank God we picked Eric Stokes, because he took over for Kevin King and he actually played well. So I was like, oh my God, it's a Christmas miracle. Then we weren't getting any pressure. So, quote from Matt LaFleur, he said he told defensive coordinator Joe Barry to either play coverage or get after the quarterback because playing man and sending 4 isn't doing anything to create pressure. And after he said that, he started bringing more pressure in the second half, and the Lions didn't score again. So who would have thought? Maybe, honestly, just let LaFleur be the defensive coordinator. Like, just let him do everything.
Well, I mean, you're way more angry than that, though.
Probably, yeah. Because I mean,
he was not an actor, Crendor. I mean, he's trying his best.
Yeah.
LaFleur actually doesn't get too mad, to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
The thing is,
he's a child as well.
Joe Barry was from the. He was the defensive coordinator for the 0-16 Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was the 0-16, or not 0-16, but he was a coordinator for the Redskins, which might as well be the 0-16. Then he was with the Rams as like a linebacker coach. So I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to run the Rams defense, but we don't have Aaron Donald. So like we can't do that. So just blitz them. Like if they're gonna methodically march down the field, you might as well just all out blitz, and then if we get burned, we get burned. But like they're just gonna score anyway if we don't do that. So like make it happen fast so we get Rodgers back out.
Crendor, have you considered having Aaron Donald?
You know what? That's a great strat. I need to get the Rams on the phone right now. But yeah, overall, I mean, the Packers offense showed up. Defense played just good enough to win in the second half. That's really all we needed. So like, thank God. And then it started raining, and Goff like dropped the ball, like slipped out of his hands and shit. My favorite part, untouched, which they actually counted as a sack, which was kind of funny. My favorite part of this game was legit watching it with Peyton and Eli Manning. Like, it was, it was so refreshing to not listen to like, oh, welcome back to the ESPN Monday night. It was just like, hey guys, we're talking.
Yeah, sorry, that was horrible.
Yeah, like it was like just the first quarter alone. He's just like, oh, they're playing too high safety. Like they're gonna like run the ball. Like if I'm the Packers here, I just run the ball, challenge them to like stop the run because they think you're gonna pass. And I was like, oh, I didn't even like realize like they obviously they're trying to like make the Packers throw. They think Aaron Rodgers isn't patient enough to like, keep running the ball, but he was, and they kept running, and it kept working. And if they didn't run, they would do screens. So it's kind of like, essentially a running play. And then they kept doing that, and it kept working. And then it was just like so cool listening to them to like do everything. And then like right before the half, Peyton was like freaking out. He's like, oh, Rodgers is trying to get the audible. He's trying to get the audible. Look at that. And he was like freaking out with that. So just seeing the little things, like it was just cool watching like an actual NFL player pick up little things you might not notice.
Yeah. And sorry,
go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say like the conversational tone, I agree, was like very, very refreshing, and I'll like go one further and say like even because you can tell there's like an ESPN input of like do more things, get a guy and do like even if they pulled it back even more and made it even more relaxed, I would be even more psyched about it,
dudes being bros.
Like it's just like people who really are experts at the game of football just having a conversation while they watch a game, like it's as fans, like it's fun to watch. Like it's the same kind of, it's the kind of new media. It's like our podcast. It's the new media style, thing where we just like watching conversations. It's nice.
Yeah,
I mean that was the appeal of Gruden on Monday Night Football. That he knows so much about everything. I mean, about when it comes to football. I mean, people want to hear people talking about stuff they know about. Like you don't want to hear a bunch of amateurs be like, "Whoa, doesn't he look like this guy?" Or let me tell you what, this guy here looks like this guy. I tell you, I tell you, Joe.
Did you know he played basketball?
Did you know he played basketball, Joe? I mean.
I'll tell you, the last thing I want to hear is a group of 4 guys who don't really know what they're talking about, shooting the shit, thinking they know what's up.
Hang on a second, Bear. Is that self-aware or self-aware?
Away from me.
Yeah, I linked something that I think Bear and Rob definitely would appreciate in Foosball. You can because I know you guys don't watch my YouTube videos, but you can tell that like how much my football hatred for the Saints has leaked into my daily discussions on Isaac. That was posted on my subreddit. So sorry Saints fans out there. Not sorry, because I hate your team.
Yeah, and Krendor will link it in the description.
Oh
No, he
yeah,
won't.
I always
He
do.
won't. Yeah, he won't.
Another fun thing they said, Peyton tells Eli that the Packers must have heard their conversation from Friday because they're running the ball. Quote, I think our conversation was bugged, just like the Patriots used to do back in the day.
That's awesome.
And he was he told the story of how they thought the lockers were bugged, so he talked to the teammates in the showers. He's like, let's go to the showers to talk.
In the shower, yeah. I mean, it was
incredible.
a joke, yeah. They were doing that for like, that was like a bit for like a whole minute or two.
Yeah,
that's very good. Yeah, I like that.
It was pretty fun. There's the two things I noticed, which was when they brought on guests, some of them were good and some were weird. Like Gronk was a little in between. You know, he had his moments, and then you know they were just like, "What do you think of this play, Gronk?" And he's like, "That's good."
Yeah,
and they were just like, you know, you could be a color commentator with that type of commentary. And then Brett Favre came on, which was weird because he looked like he was mad from trying to get the internet to work for so long and like, you know, on his dial-up internet.
How do I get this camera? I don't get it.
It was lagging behind.
Funny to picture.
Yeah, he's like lagging behind, so he was just like, "Oh, that's a play," and then Peyton would talk like, "Oh yeah, that's a." And then they both stop, and he's like, "No, you go ahead."
Yeah.
And then Brett's like, you go ahead." And then they both would go ahead, and then they just stop again.
Heavy Zoom call energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Boomer talking to not Boomer.
Yeah, so that was kind of weird. And then Patrick Willis came on, and he like made a couple of cool like analysis. Like he's like, "Oh, the Packers keep running the same formation, but slightly different." But that was like the only thing he said. So they're like,
yeah, he didn't get
right.
any. Well, that's what I was going to mention too. Is that the one thing is the conversational tone really made the ads seem super out of place. Like they were just having conversations and have to like suddenly cut and be like, "Oh, we're going to break," you know, like all the time.
Yeah,
just so annoying.
Yeah,
it's very frustrating.
So they'd be like, "Oh, you want to hang around?" They're like, yes, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to remember they're used to, like, those guys are used to a certain level of production as well. So like when it's sort of like the second string on ESPN2, it's not. You have to imagine it's nowhere near as organized as it is on like, you know, any other major syndicated network for that.
Oh yeah, and they're not in person either, so like it's you know that's part of it with the and you know, individual NFL players don't necessarily have like, you know, hour recording setups or whatever or know how to use them particularly, you know. But also like it's part of the contracts, right? Like they can't show the games without running the ads. So like it makes me really wish that there was something that you could do to just have like the NFL without ads.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be pretty neat.
But then there'd be no NFL, so.
Then there would be. Is it really an NFL game if right after the kickoff we don't cut to a commercial for a minute and a half?
And see the Snickers touchback.
So yeah, it's a solid game. Oh yeah, and then Pat McAfee came on, who was just, you know, literally just a podcaster. He's just like, "What's going on, Peyton? What's going on?" You just took over the show.
Although at one point he revealed that he had money on the game that they were watching, and they were razzing him for it. Like at the end, like Eli was like, "Hey, you're getting real nervous in this fourth quarter here, Pat. What's that?" Some reason for that.
It was funny too, because then you know they're not supposed to swear, and Pat comes out. He's just like, "What a fucking punt!"
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they're just like, So it was overall that was a billion times better than watching the actual broadcast, and I actually learned some things, and it was great.
Yeah, I did start with the regular ESPN broadcast for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Are they doing the Manning thing?" It was like, and I switched over for a second. It was like, "Yeah, no, there's just
no.
this."
I'm gonna be watching that every week, no doubt.
Yeah,
but
there's only 8 of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's only 8 now, so that sucks. Maybe they'll like renegotiate and get one for hopefully.
That's possible. Yeah,
just seeing even Peyton Manning like freak out, like, "Oh, what a throw!" when Rodgers like darted it into Tanyan.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best part, is that like their genuine emotional fan reactions to watching the game, you know, like, and their
man
because also
they appreciate it on a different level than we can.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've played football for a long time, and there's only a certain amount that I can appreciate that I'm like, okay, well, I don't understand the game like Gruden does. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but like if you look at it's like talking to a StarCraft fan, and when they know a little bit about StarCraft, and then you talk to someone like Day9 or Husky who like they live and breathe StarCraft. Everything is just amazing and incredible, you know, and that's where that's that kind of level of it brings a lot more to the spectator experience, because you get to hear like, holy crap, I didn't even know that they would think about that sort of thing. You know, they see these little micro movements and stuff. So it's always a good time to hear stuff like that.
Yeah. So it was pretty fun, especially speaking of that, they'd like bring on the other quarterbacks and be like, how would you play single high safety, or how do you play double
really
high?
cool.
So it was just cool here.
I mean, it was just hear it. So
it was funny though when with the Brett Favre being like, how would you do in these kind of plays where they give you the check down and they're doing the cover two, Brett, and he's like, well, I mean, I think you know how I would always go for the deepest one, the deepest route.
He's like, oh yeah, I'd always do the deepest one. They're like, were you patient? He's like, I got patient in year 18.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time. Thank God Packers won, or I might have like lost my mind and sanity and everything. So that was that week in football. Sinvic the power rankings.
What is it? What's our run time right now, by the way? Because it feels like we'd be going for like 4 hours.
It's an hour 40. It has been a while.
Good God.
Okay, all right, that's a long one.
So
yeah.
Power
speed
rankings,
this
here we
up.
go. Week 3, Coach Krendor, top 5 of the Bible, and I don't know, top 5, Robert.
Why is this hard? The Cardinals.
You say the Cardinals?
Yeah, they're 2-0.
And
Wow.
The Buccaneers.
Yep. Coach.
Chiefs.
Yep. Back up to Rob.
Oh shit. The Packers.
Do you even watch football anymore? Or you just
I don't know. This is like it's killing me right now. I don't know why. This is hard.
And Bear.
Oh no. Now I look dumb.
Your mind flooded by Rob now.
I know.
Yeah.
I had an answer too. Fuck the Raiders.
The Raiders?
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
no.
They're 2-0.
Good God. All right. Well, let's see if Coach Crandall can run the table now. Coach, you still got 3 more teams. You gotta
Right. I'm going to go Ravens.
Yep.
Bills.
Yep.
And
Coach Crendor, save it.
Wait, did we already say Buccaneers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Rams.
That is absolutely correct. Coach Crendor saving it, even though we already had 3 strikes. It's the Buccaneers 1, Chiefs 2, Ravens now jumping 4 spots up to the 3rd position, the Rams dropping 1 spot to the 4th, and the Bills now sneaking in to the top 5, taking it over the Green Bay Packers. Now, actually,
they're the Raiders
Packers
and the Cardinals then.
The Packers weren't in the top. They weren't even in the top 10 last week. Now, of course, I have to read, since we are still number 1 for the Dan Hanses Buccaneers Bible of the Internet entry here. Tom Brady is a joy to watch right now. The 44-year-old quarterback has simply mastered his position. He reads the field beautifully, feels pocket pressure like a ninja, possesses flawless mechanics, and is this one is especially head-scratching, exhibits physical skills that somehow seem sharper than ever. Brady is up to 9 touchdowns in 2 weeks after his 5 TD effort against the Falcons and is showing absolutely no signs of slowing down in his 21st season as a starter. Brady has long since eclipsed Peyton Manning in the greatest quarterback ever debate. Now he's coming for Peyton Manning's throne as the greatest free agent signing in league history. Now we go on down to the bottom of the barrel here before we get to the fattest dinks and the thinnest doinks and the doings and the movings and the donks and everything. Robert.
Yes.
True or false, Robert? The New York Jets, your New York Jets, are ranked dead last once again in the power rankings, the NFL.com power rankings on NFL.com.
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably. Yes, true.
That is absolutely Incorrect. The Jets are not ranked last. Surprisingly, there are two teams ranked below them. The Detroit Lions now sitting at 0-2, which baffles me considering the fact that how they did in the first half of Monday night's football game. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars down below, way down there, way down.
That's the only one that I was thinking that was just like, I mean, yeah, they got to be still worse, right?
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They suck. On to Bear Taffy. True or false, the New England Patriots are in the top 15 of the NFL.com Power Rankings, NFL.com.
True.
That is correct. The Patriots sneaking on by, once again getting in there at the 15th spot. Ranked in the top 15, but they barely stuck that position here because we had a lot, and I mean a whole lot of the fattest doinks. In fact, this is the highest combined fattest doinkage of all time.
Oh yeah,
in the
I love
history
that phrase, dude.
of the podcast. So here we go, Coach Krendor, because this one's going to come down to you, and I'll also let Robin Bear answer just because it's just fun to say the all-time fattest doinkage. These two teams have fallen a combined total of 18 spots in 1 week.
Oh my God.
They both have fallen 9 spots as the fattest doink of the week. They tied for the fattest doink, falling 9 spots. Coach Krendor, can you name one of the two? If you name both of them, you get bonus points, Coach.
Whoa.
Let's go.
I can't give you any hints because it would immediately give it away.
I definitely know one of them for sure.
Dolphins.
Yep.
That is correct. The Dolphins have fallen 9 spots from the 13th spot all the way down to the 22nd. Can you name the other one, Coach?
Is it the...
Oh, I know the other one too.
I think
Giants?
That is incorrect. Bear Taffy.
It's got to be the Saints, right?
It is the New Orleans Saints
yeah,
dropping from the top 10. They went from 10th to 19th in 1 week.
Oh,
in
man.
1 week.
Dude, both of those make sense, though, is the thing. They both are perfectly justified.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And I have to read the write-up on the Saints really quickly because it's so hilarious. In week 1, the Saints delivered a sublime performance that made you reconsider their ceiling in a post-Drew Brees world. On Sunday, they delivered a titanic dud that returns the team to the murky middle of the NFL, dealing with COVID-19 breakouts and injuries in several key positions. The Saints were non-competitive in a 26-7 loss to the upstart Panthers. Jameis Winston threw 2 grisly interceptions that recalled his lowest moments in Tampa, while New Orleans offense managed just barely 128 yards total. Total. In week 1, the Saints dropped a bury the ball game on the Packers. On Monday, it was their turn to pick up the shovel, and that is it for the fattest doinks. And really quickly here before we go to pick'ems, because we've been doing this way too long. The thinnest dink is a tie, once again, between two teams here. Both of these teams rising 7 spots. I will say that an honorable mention to the Packers, who jumped from the 12th to the 6th spot. So good job, Coach Krendor, on that one. This one goes to just the field. Just try to name them. These two teams have risen 7 spots total, and one is in the AFC and the other is in the NFC. Can you do it?
7 spots each or 7 spots total?
7 spots each. They both have risen. So the NFC team rose from 25th to 18th, and the AFC team rose from 18th to 11th.
Maybe the Broncos?
And the Broncos did rise, but only 3 spots from the 16th to the 13th position.
Okay.
I will give you a hint on this one because it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more murky on this one. The NFC team has a new quarterback this year, and the AFC team does not have a new quarterback. They've had the same quarterback for a while.
Oh boy, new quarterback this
is open to everyone.
Oh, is it the Panthers?
It is the Panthers. The
Yeah,
Panthers rose
okay.
from 25th to
Okay.
18th now.
Mhm.
The wins over the lowly Jets and decimated the Saints squads invite some doubts about their validity of their 2-0 starts. But the Panthers are looking like they have possibly the team to beat, except the existence of the Buccaneers. And the AFC team that has the same quarterback. Anyone? They've risen
Titans?
same. Say it again.
Titans?
No, it is
No.
not the Tennessee Titans.
Well, that's me, I guess.
The Titans did rise, but they only rose 4 spots from 20th to 16th. This
Maybe
team this team is above the Titans.
Above the Titans.
Mhm.
Bear has a very special connection with this team.
Is it the Bears? Because it's not the Bears.
It's not the Bears.
Because they're the NFC.
You have a more recent connection with this team.
Oh, the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah,
The
we got
Raiders.
Raiders.
Going all the way up from 18th to 11th. Good job to the Raiders, surprising everybody. Now 1 out of the top 10, and that is going to do it for the power rankings on week 3. Back up to Coach Rob Bear in the booth. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun,
All right. It's Pick'em.
Speed pick'em.
Speed
Pick'em.
Pick'em's time. Let's go.
Pick'ems.
Here comes.
Here we go. Speed Pick'em's. Panthers, Texans.
Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe in Sammy D.
All right.
Mhm.
Chargers, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Give me
Yeah,
the.
No, this is Chiefs.
No, give me the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right. Cardinals, Jaguars.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Actually, I might lock the
Do it.
Cardinals.
I highly recommend
do it.
You know what?
Cardinals.
Lock the Cardinals. Yeah, Kyler Murray. I
Lock
believe.
the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Bears, Browns.
Bears. Go Bears.
I'm going Browns.
I'm gonna say Browns. Sorry, Bear.
That's fine.
I'll forgive you.
I've really flipped allegiances on the Bears over the last few years, so I don't
You
know.
really
I
have.
can't really stay consistent on it.
It's in your namesake.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hogs, Bills.
Go Hogs. Go Hogs.
I'm going Bills.
I'm
Oh,
Bills.
the
I think
Hogs.
Bills
Yeah,
are gonna
Go
win.
Hogs. I got actual money riding on the Hogs this
I'm
week.
going.
Oh.
I'm going whole hog here.
Whole
Wow.
hog. Wow. Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
Bills.
well, I'm taking Bills. Yeah.
Colts, Titans.
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Titans. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
divisional though, so I
Yeah.
mean, you never know. But
Yeah, but Carson Wentz is bad, or Carson Wentz is injured, and Jacob Eason is not good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Titans. Saints, Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm gonna take the Saints here. I think.
That's a
I
bad
played
idea.
I played the Patriots last week, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
But I'm also not convinced of the Saints. So I mean,
A Jets
you're
fan
gonna-
saying that's okay.
I'm just
You're
saying.
gonna have the audacity to bet against Mac McCorkle Jones. How dare you, sir?
Good point.
I'm gonna take the Patriots against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
fair.
What's
Wait.
next?
Because I hate the Saints, Rob.
Then we have Falcons,
That's
Giants.
Falcons.
Giants.
I'm going Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
The Falcons have got to win a game at some point, man.
You'd think that, but it's the Falcons.
Daniel,
Yeah.
the Speedy Gonzalez Jones.
That's his name. That's
Yep.
his
That's the
well-known
whole
nickname.
The Speedy
everyone.
Gonzalez.
The Speedy Gonzalez
The,
Jones.
the article at the front is very important. Yeah.
It's, yeah. Otherwise, you would know.
Mhm.
Bengals, Steelers.
Ooh.
Steelers.
Dude, give me the fucking Bengals on a wild card win
let's
here, man.
go.
Why not? Let's go
I mean, it
Steelers.
could be.
Yeah.
But I'll take Steelers. I don't know.
Steelers.
Random divisional turnaround game for Joey Biscuits.
You
dude.
know what?
Why
Yeah, I'm
not?
gonna take the Bengals. Screw it.
Nah.
Yeah, let's go. Ravens, Lions.
Ravens.
That's Ravens for sure.
Gonna
Yeah.
have to go with the Ravens.
We're
on that
gonna
one, too.
lock in the Ravens there. Actually, I'm
Oh,
gonna go ahead and take that padlock. Wow, lock it down.
Raven
Wow.
lock. Jets, Broncos.
That's the Broncos, probably.
Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah.
the Broncos here.
Oh
yeah.
man, they're 10.5-point favorites, dude. Yikes.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
locking the Denver Broncos.
Oh.
That makes a
Yes,
lot of
I
sense.
don't know. Although, here's the thing. Their D-line is real good, and our O-line is real bad.
Oh
so.
Yeah.
That's certainly going to be a mismatch.
I'm gonna be taking the Denver Broncos in this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos. Yeah.
All right. Then we have the Dolphins Raiders.
Maybe locking the Raiders.
Wow.
This would be,
Ooh, very
this would be a
nice.
3-0 start for the Raiders this year. God damn, man.
Yeah.
These are abnormal locks, I'd say, like, generally. The teams we don't normally lock, I feel like.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Bear, you went Rob there for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, Raiders. Buccaneers, Rams.
Bucks.
Bucks, yeah.
I'm
Go
gonna
Bucks.
go with the
Go Bucks.
Rams.
Wow.
I'm going
Go Bucks.
Rams.
Rams are looking good.
I mean,
I
Aaron
like
Donald
Bucks.
is a monster.
I like the Rams here.
They're playing at home.
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
Seahawks, Vikings.
Go Bucks.
Boy,
Seahawks.
I think the Vikings might win this game. We're gonna go Vikings.
Could be.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. I hate both these teams.
I also hate both of these teams, and I hate that I have to pick one of them. So
I
don't-
like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy. You can do this.
It's tough.
It's Kirk Cousins, though.
I know,
Like,
I
don't
didn't want to do it either, but I just bit the bullet, man. He just got ripped off like a fucking Band-Aid.
All right, Vikings.
There you go.
Packers, 49ers.
49ers.
Niners.
Wow.
Packers.
The pack ain't looking too hot, dude. I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win this one, but I'm still taking them.
I don't know. Like the Niners are fine, but I mean, I don't think Jimmy G is going to be able to handle Aaron Rodgers' that offensive output. Is what I would say.
That's a fair point. Yeah, they're probably not going to outscore them,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is what you need to do to win a football game. It turns out.
that's very
Yeah,
true. Yeah, you have
it
to have a
does
higher
help,
score. Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure any team has broken that record yet to have a lower
You
score.
can tell we're going on 2 hours of.
And then we got Eagles, Cowboys.
Monday. night, too.
I got to go with Eagles here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagles as well.
Jalen
Give me
Hurts,
the
dude.
birds.
Yep.
Birds. Go birds. That's how Eagles sound.
Go Bucks.
That's
He's
not.
gonna pick the Bucks for this game.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can do that.
I'm gonna.
Pick a team where you got to go under 2 hours. All right.
I hate both of these teams. I don't want to pick the Cowboys, but I don't trust them against the Eagles, and I don't trust the Eagles against Cowboys. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
All right.
Okay, there it is, everybody. Thanks for
Wait,
listening.
we
and
should
watching.
mention the other thing, the Pixel Haven stats before we go.
I'll link the Pixel Haven stats. Also, I'll mention we are now tied. Me and Sinvicta in terms of pick'ems. Got to mention that one. Both 20 and 14, and Apollo also 20 and 14, and the Discord. Fantastic. See you later, everybody.
Thank you, Pixel Haven, for all the stat work. It's very good. We appreciate it.
It is. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
Bye.
dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.